Hey everybody, greetings from Ireland.
Hello.
And right now we are at Lough Castle, which is...
The most haunted castle in Ireland.
Actually, it's considered one of the most haunted castles in the world.
Yes.
So our visitors are in.
We sent them in.
Hopefully they come out.
I said goodbye to them just in case they didn't. I did. I said we will notify their families, but so far they've been in there 10 minutes.
So while they're in there, we figured we would just take the time to just give you an update of what we've been up to. And I want to start with yesterday because number one, we've had amazing weather the last couple of days.
Oh gosh, it's like, yeah,
it's
super weather.
Downright hot,
yeah.
Actually. I'm actually a little sweaty. But yesterday we went to County Clare and saw the cliffs of Moher, which are spectacular in their own right.
Yeah.
But I had a really good time in the Burren.
Yeah, the Burren is, the cliffs are beautiful and a must-see, but this time of year they're really, really busy with bus tours and everything. The Burren is an area just past the cliffs that is a limestone, very barren area. Burren in Irish means barren. And it's this beautiful, like a moonscape.
I think they call it a karst landscape, which is limestone, and it's kind of been, all the soil and stuff has been ripped away. But what I love about it is that it's a really unique environment because alpine plants and tropical plants grow side by side here because there's all these crevices, and the crevices are filled with some soil.
It's like microclimates.
Yeah, so the limestone heats up, so certain plants can grow really well in that. Other ones grow at different parts of it. And you're walking through and you just find one interesting plant after another.
Yeah, there's like wild geraniums. Like wild geraniums are very tiny, but you can definitely tell they're a geranium. And there's orchids, these beautiful orchids too. And it's an amazing place.
And some of the plants I totally recognize, some of them I didn't. I'll try to do maybe a little montage of photos at the end, and I'll try to identify them, but I don't know these plants very well, and I haven't talked to me. We got to go to the Burren Centre.
We should,
check that out.
Because you also, when you walk into the Burren, as you walk towards the ocean, and the plants start changing as you get closer and closer to the sea. You know, it's just, there were succulents. Close to the sea, there were these succulents, but farther back were orchids and wild geraniums and buttercups, and I don't know, half of them.
There was a Killaloe, which is yarrow growing out there.
Yeah,
there was some honeysuckle. So I don't know how much of it is native and how much just ended up there.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting, and they're all tiny for the most part.
Yeah.
Because it's not like a spot where they're really prolific. I don't know.
But the wild geraniums were really in major bloom. They were everywhere. You know, pink.
So if you're there and you're going to County Clare on the west coast, just stop in the Burren and pay attention to what's below you. First of all, you have to, because where you step, because those crevices are deadly.
The whole thing is an ankle. It's like an area of ankle breakers waiting to happen. You're stepping over crevices that wide, and you just have to be really careful. And just because it's green doesn't mean there's not a crevice. So you actually want to step on all the gray rock, because if you step on the green, that might be a crevice.
Yeah, and you could fall right through.
Yeah.
But it is really, I loved looking at those plants, and I like, they're all little, most of them are pretty tiny.
Tiny, yeah.
But then you can tell when they're in bloom, they're at their, some of them were at their peak, and different plants come into their own at different times.
Very cool.
Great.
Very, very cool.
What are some of the other things we did because we took people kind of all over the place?
Yeah, we went on through the Burren, and actually we went to a place called the Perfumery, which is another place I recommend. They don't take buses. It's a tourist and a local stop, but they produce their own perfumes and creams and candles and stuff. And when they first started in 1972, they only used flowers from the Burren to create the perfume. It is a UNESCO site now, so you can't pick the flowers anymore.
It's a geopark.
It's a geopark, sorry.
So it's a protected area now.
So they still make the perfumes and the lotions, but the flowers are all imported. I think most of them from France, but they're only use the flowers that grow in the Burren. So they're not like changing the type of flowers. They're just buying them in wholesale.
And they have a gorgeous cafe, and all of the food, they require that all the food be local and organic, and it's delicious. And it's a beautiful place. I don't know, they have this sense of atmosphere there that you don't find everywhere else.
This is what I call it. If you go through the Burren, it's so barren, and this is in the Burren. The Perfumery is in the Burren, but it's like an oasis. It is an oasis. That's the only way I could describe it. It's an oasis. They have this unbelievable, beautiful herb garden that they tell you on some of them what the plants were used for. They have a place where they produce all their soaps. It's in a very small operation too. It's a place that you could just sit and spend a whole day there and just relax and enjoy it.
I loved walking through the garden. The herb garden was absolutely stunning. And then there's another garden kind of out the front as well, and it's all done with perennials as well. And so they have their raised beds with the stuff that they're growing for the cafe. I don't know, you guys, if you're into gardening, this is one of those really unusual places where you just go to and
you want to stay.
And it's so relaxing.
You do want to stay.
It's so, and it's beautifully done. All the stonework, we were eyeing up their stonework because, hey, they have in the herb garden, they have crazy paving, which is kind of different kinds of slabs of rock.
Broken pieces of slate or rock.
Yeah, and there are all these little designs and stuff, and we were like, that's what we would like to see in our sunken garden, because we do want to do something down there.
Yeah, it gave us some great ideas.
Yeah. And it really let us kind of think about, we could get creative down there. We don't have to think about pavers. We don't have to think about just getting stone down. We can kind of play with it.
That gave us some real inspiration.
So I was inspired by the Burren Perfumery completely. So that was great.
I recommend that to stop. And like I said, again, buses are not allowed to go there. So it is not overrun with tourists. There's more locals than tourists. But as a tourist, if you find it, the stuff is beautiful. You can look up them online too. The perfumery is online, so if you want to read about it and find a little bit more.
And I think they do shipping on free for orders over $75,
something like that. There's
or 75 euros,
something like that. Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
You took them to other places too. We also took them to a distillery in Kilbeggan.
Oh, a couple days before we went to the distillery in Kilbeggan, which I think is a great tour. They take you through all the
old-fashioned distillery, and they're still using the old equipment. Some of the old equipment.
It's not slick, put it that way. It's like some of the bigger distilleries, like Middleton, is a very slick operation. Everything is timed, and the buses come in. Where Kilbeggan is, there's a car park in the back, and you go back there, and they give you the tour. You can buy the whiskeys there. You can buy some merch. They have merch that you do.
And we also took them to another haunted castle, which was Charleville.
That's one of my favorites. That's another favorite too. If you've ever seen the Netflix series, there's a Netflix series called Wednesday about the Addams family. Wednesday. It was filmed there. That was the school supposedly that she went to, and they tell you all about it. Other movies have been filmed there too, but it's a castle that's in disrepair, but it's got a great history to it, and story about the little girl that lived there, Lady Emily, and she fell down the staircase and was killed, and it's haunted, and it's just tourists know about it, but it's not on the tourist trail necessarily as far as buses going. You drive in, and he'll show you pictures of it. It's really an impressive castle.
And just to clarify, Lady Emily was not the one who fell down the stairs.
Lady Emily did not. See, he corrects me all the time.
But it is
some little girl.
The other thing I like about it is that it's in ownership of a trust, so it's not owned by the government. And the government sites, when you go to them, they're interesting. They have really good guides, but I don't know, it's a very different experience when you have first of all, our guide lives there.
He lives in the castle. His name
and he has since he was 3 years old.
Yes, since he was 3 years old. His name is Michael, and he gives a fantastic tour of this place. He knows the history. His family is connected to it in a certain way.
And I did get some more gardening stuff done, so I got the other side of the hedge all hedged up, and
the easy part.
It went. It's hard. I have to use that big long hedger,
which terrible.
It's a lot of work, but it wasn't too bad actually. I managed it better than I thought. I don't know. For some reason, I remembered it being worse. Maybe I just had a little extra I was kind
of spying on him out the window upstairs to see if it was getting done properly. I could see the line, and he did a good job.
I tried, and everything else got a little bit of a cleanup, so I was able to get some of the weeds out. Yeah. And I forgot
what.
Right next to the hawthorn tree, last year I planted a regular fuchsia with the darker leaves.
Yeah.
And it's doing okay. But the grass was so tall around it, I forgot about it.
Oh, that's good.
So I salvaged that thing. Yeah. So it's doing great. I'm so happy with that. There were a couple other things that I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Well, and speaking of fuchsia, this is the season for fuchsia. Like in America, we think of fuchsia in a pot hanging on the porch with the fuchsia. Here, it's like, I don't want to say it's a weed, because I don't mean that it's a weed, but it is in full bloom. It's on the side of the roads everywhere. And the flowers, they're all purple and dark purple and bright red.
And raspberry red. Yeah.
Everywhere. I mean, they're everywhere. And this is full blooming season.
They are full on 10-foot shrubs in many places.
Huge. That's in full bloom right now in foxgloves, digitalis.
And that reminds me, there's this road really close to us that we went down. And we go down all the time. We have for years, and it was forested, so it was commercial forestry, and they had took all the trees out, and it was a wasteland when they finished.
When they did it, I could have cried.
And that's how it is with the commercial forestry. It just looks terrible.
You have no control over it.
And we were really,
another beauty spot.
But it is one of those things that right now, the first thing when they do forestry, usually the first thing that comes in is foxglove, and that whole road is now
massive foxglove.
The hillside is just all hot pink magenta with
cool.
the foxglove
cool.
blooming.
And now next year it'll start to wane a bit, and by the third or fourth year, other things will be coming up, and the foxglove will be gone. I don't know where it goes. I don't know if it just goes underground. I don't know, but it's really strange. Whenever they do a cutting like that, the foxglove is like.
I think part of it's kind of poor soil.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. So it gives you that little bit of hope that torn up landscape is going to look kind of nice again. So I was happy about that.
Yep.
And then what else did I do in the garden? I guess I've just been kind of maintaining things.
I've been busy with Guess. I don't know what he does in the garden when I'm not there. I have cameras set up that I can time, and I can look at them and watch when I'm traveling. But
the yard looks okay. I mean,
it looks really nice.
There's still a lot of work.
The little garden on the side of the house looks beautiful, and these climbing hydrangeas are living where they are. I'm
so happy to see it. And at Charleville Castle, they had a climbing hydrangea. So Liam got to see one that's been there for decades.
Yeah, that climb it's going to be great.
Yeah, it is a nice addition to that spot, especially because we had a kind of a shrub growing up against there before, and then the cold had knocked it out one year, and it looked a little rough. So this is going to be a lot nicer.
I think it's a lot nicer, yeah.
Let me tell you, though, it's been a very special trip because Liam took them to Bunratty Castle and Folk Park.
Oh, God, stop. He's bringing up a really bad thing that happened.
And they went and he took them around and he was showing them all the
There's the park, and there were a lot of children in the park because there were buses of
last week of school
kids. And so I said, we'll skip we usually go right to the castle, tour the castle, then come down and then do the cottages and the village and everything like that. So this time, because there were kids and everything, I said the kids
would be gone in the afternoon.
Yeah, so we'll catch the castle at the end. So we did that, and we toured the houses and the cottages in the village, and we had something to eat and ice cream, and did the whole thing. Came all the way around, came down and walked into the shop, which is always when you exit these tourist places, there's always a shop to buy stuff. And we went through the shop, and that's great. And it was getting late. We were going to go over across the street to a place called the Creamery to eat. And we walked out the front door, and the guy that was with the group, he turned to me and said, well, aren't we going to see the castle? Bunratty Castle and Folk Park, and I never took him into the castle. Yeah, so that's
oops.
I've had a few missteps. That was one of them.
And then my misstep was the next day we went to a village called Killaloe. We were going for the weekend market.
The weekend market.
People have talked about this, but I've been to it once. I remember I went with Tony.
What day did you go, Corey?
Yeah, it must have been a Sunday because we went on Saturday and there's no market on Saturday.
So then we have to think really fast.
We called it the Invisible Market.
Yeah. So we showed them where the market takes place, but they weren't going to see it ever. But we thought so sometime we'll go take pictures and we'll send it to them.
The good news is that Killaloe has a lot of stuff around there. So we went up to the St. Flannan's Church,
which is
cathedral,
a very cool church.
And there's some old artifacts in there. And so that was a really nice time there. Then we went up to the
Catholic church at the top of the hill.
And that one has some Harry Clark windows. Think of him as like the
Tiffany. I always call him the Tiffany of Ireland. He did beautiful windows, and the faces in particular, they have big eyes and
very stylized.
Very cool. Yeah. Beautiful colors, very jeweled kind of colors and stuff.
And then we went up to the lookout on the other side of the Shannon River, which is the side.
It's the Ara Mountains,
and they call it the Seven Counties Lookout. There's an Irish name for it, but I never remember what it is. And I've gone up there, gosh, at least 20 times in my life, and the most of cars I've ever seen has been one car.
Well, guess what? They hand glide off it. It was packed, and it's really steep going up and really steep coming down,
and narrow,
and no places to pull off. And we're in a Volkswagen
Caddy, which is a van. Actually, it's down there. Maybe
it's a pretty big van. And we come up, and luckily I was following two cars up, but I noticed one car went off when we almost got to the top into a little side pull. Another went up, and we continued up. Well, guess what? You get to the very top, it is full of cars, and how do I move? I had to back up and back up and back up and back up like this to finally get the car turned around. Told them, get out, take some pictures, and get back in. Hey, oh, there's one of our guests.
You're alive still. Then when we were up there, though, it was cool because they were doing this. It's not hang gliding though, because they were motorized.
Oh yeah, kind of
thing. I don't know what it's
motorized
called.
hang gliding.
And then some people had the little airplanes like that they can throw off. They're like gliders.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And then they must be remote control because they kind of zoom around. So that was fun to watch, but it was tricky getting up and down. And of course, on the way down, we met 3 cars coming up, and we had to get way into the side.
Yeah, and the 3 cars.
Oh. And so, sorry about that. We're photographers.
We're just
too.
hoping they come out.
Yeah. So far, so good. We
far,
at
so
least
good.
know where they were
We
last
know they're in
seen.
the murder room. It's called the murder room, but
Yeah.
you have to come here to see it yourself.
Horrifying story that happened
Horrifying
there.
story there.
So
but anyway.
just so you know. So yeah, we were up there, came back down, and we made it. It was fine, but I was pretty impressed with how you handled the
3
driving.
cars were coming up, and I was going down, and I looked at the guy and kind of put my hand like, I don't know what to do, and he just went like this. And sure enough, we were over enough that these 3 cars went by, but I told everyone that went by, they made them wind their window down. I said, it's packed up there. You're not going to find a place to turn around, so be careful. And they all said thank you, and thank you, and continue on. But note to self, on a beautiful day, I'm not taking anybody to the Arrow Mountains anymore because
on a
everybody goes
weekend
up there.
especially.
Yeah, on a weekend. Yeah, it was Saturday. It was just stupid. But we went there originally for the market that he said was there. And
The invisible market.
invisible. There was no market. There was nothing. And you know what I mean? And now I've got these.
But then afterwards, we came back into Ballina and went on the Spirit of Killaloe, which is a boat cruise on the
Lough Derg.
Oh, that was nice.
Beautiful. Beautiful. It wasn't very expensive, and it was an hour out, and they talked to you and point out things. And I'm going to do it again. All my groups will go on
And
that.
they served just snacks on board, but also drinks. And our folks said the Irish coffees were delicious.
Perfect.
So they were happy with that.
And the food was not expensive either.
Actually, I went up there
Like, it was
and I
great
got
price.
a candy bar, a small container of Pringles, 7-Up, and
Coke, maybe.
and a Coke.
Oh, Diet Coke or something.
And it was like $5.25. And I actually had pulled out too much money because I thought he maybe said something more because I was like, there's no way this is like $5.25. And he just said, oh no, I'll just take the 5. And so he didn't, and I said, this is the best deal in town. He said, we hear that all the time.
That was, it
So
was a good deal.
That was nice.
And the boat trip was beautiful. And of course, on a beautiful, even on a not beautiful day,
It was
beautiful.
so still. It was like glass.
Yeah.
It was so soothing.
And you could sit inside with tables. There's a beautiful bar, or you can go up on the top where most people go. But I just sat inside because there was a bar there.
We were out on the front for a while.
Yeah, but I was on the bar side.
Yeah, it was great. It was really, really great. We've taken him to a lot of other places. We have a lot of other places to go as well, but it just kind of, I don't know, it's been a nice time. We're trying
Great trip. Got great people, great group.
Yeah, I'll try to find some more garden content to keep showing you guys. Right now, I'll just end it with some scenes from the Burren so you can see what that's like. So you can put it on your wish list when you come to Ireland.
Okay.
Go to the Burren.
Oh, can I just point out, there's no market in Killaloe on Saturday. Okay, I'm just pointing that Sunday.
And we did do a couple videos in the members area. So we're just trying a couple things. So all the regular garden content and regular updates are going to be, regular, but tried a couple things just to show people some, they're not necessarily garden related either.
Yeah.
So,
but they're cool.
yeah, if you want to watch those, you can
Follow
become
us,
a member.
Follow us. And like us.
Wanted to let you guys know there's a little extra if you want it.
Oh, definitely.
Otherwise, hey, we'll give you another update very, very soon.
Talk later. Bye.